Hello guys, welcome to my channel. If you are just joining us for the very first time, I want to specially welcome you. So today we'll be drafting this simple bustier twisted dress. With me here, I have my basic dress form. Okay, so we'll be using a miniature dress form to illustrate this style. Okay, so the first thing we'll do is on your underarm here, you come down by half an inch. Okay, and then you take your curve and then blend it in. You can use your hand as well, but if not, you can take your curve ruler and then blend it in like so. You can see the way I blended mine in. You note you also do same for the back as well. Okay, you blend it in. So now after doing that, the next thing we'll do is on my waistline here, which is the center front. All this part here is my center front. This is my center front and this is my side back. Okay, so on my waistline here, I'll come down by 4 inch, then 4 inch here and mark it, then 3 inch on this side front here, and then mark it, then take my curve and then I'll curve it in like so. So I'll take my curve and then curve it in like so. You can see the way I'm curving mine. Note, once you curve it, you will still have a tiny bit of that left. Okay, so once you cut it out, you measure what is left on this part here. This part here, you measure what is left. Whatever that is left, which is half an inch, it all depends on the measurement you are working on. Okay, so I will come to my side front here where I measure 3 inch. I will add paper and then measure the half an inch that is left. Okay, then I will now curve it to my waist line. You can see the way I curved it. That's the half an inch. Take my ruler and then curve it in like so, just like I'm doing. So after doing that, you can see the way it is. You cut out the excess paper. You cut off the excess paper. Okay. So now next is, after doing that, the next thing we'll do is your shoulder to under bust measurement. Okay, so you measure from your deepest part here to you measure your shoulder to under bust. Okay, so my shoulder to under bust measurement, note, shoulder to under bust measurement varies. Okay, so I measure and then rule it across. You can either rule it across or you just rule a small line there just to know that place is your shoulder to under bust. Okay, so now next is you measure your round under bust. Whatever value you have, you divide it by 4. Okay, so once you divide it by 4, you measure from this your center front where you measure your shoulder to under bust. Whatever value you have is what you will measure. Okay, and then mark it. Whatever that is left, which is the excess that is left, is what you will divide on the middle of your dart here to tighten your waist. You put less on the left hand side, which is your center, your side front, and you put more on your center front side, and then take your ruler and connect it. Okay, like so, just the way I'm connecting mine. You can, as you can see. Okay, if you need more detail on this underbust tightening. I have a video that I did on that, so you can search for it and watch to have, a proper view on that. Okay, so on this part here, I will use the deepest part of my curve to curve it. Note, what we are doing here is to tighten our underbust. That's where the fitting comes from on any dress you are making. Okay, you can see. So after doing that, I will then close my shoulder dart. Okay. Note, if you want, you can do 100% tightening on your shoulder dart, but for this style, I won't be doing any shoulder tightening. Okay. I will just close my shoulder dart and then tape it. Note, once I close my shoulder dart, my pattern will no longer be flat, so I will need to slash open here like so my pattern can be flat. So now next is I will measure the depth of my neck. How deep do I want the neck? Okay, so I'll be using 6 inches. It all depends on what you want, how deep you want it. Okay, so I'll be using 6 inches. Okay, so after doing that, I'll mark it. Then on my shoulder point here, I'll measure 5 inch. Note, all measurements apply to same. Okay, I will measure 5 inch. I will mark it, and then 5 inch, and then I will come in by 1 inch. Okay, from that 5 inches I measure, I will come in by 1 inch, and then I will take my curve and then connect from there to the deepest part of my neck here. Note, we use 6 inches for the depth of the neck. I will connect it like so. Okay, so now next is from this part here where I measure 1 inch, you go up by half an inch. If you feel that half an inch is not sharp as you want, you can make it 1 inch. It all depends on you. Okay, but I'll be using half an inch here. So I will now connect that half an inch to this point, the point of to this point here that we use 6 inch. You can see from this, I go up by half an inch. You can see. I go by half an inch. I'm trying to make it sharp. Okay. And then I connect it down to to my 6 inches. That's the depth of my neck. So after doing that, I'll take my scissors and then I will cut it off like so. You can see the way I'm cutting it off. Cut this part out. And then you cut this part out as well. So this excess dart here is going off. We'll cut it off. So after cutting it off, I'll take and I will then tape it back, okay, to recreate the panel line because I want the panel line to be straight. So I will tape it together and then recreate the panel line. How do I do that? Once you tape it together like so, okay, from this part here, you measure 1.5 inch, okay, and then you connect it like so. Then you take your scissors and then you cut it open so the pattern can lay flat. You can see. So this excess that is on this part here, we've now transferred it to the other side just to get a straight panel line. Okay, because of the style we are working on. So I'm trying to tape it so it doesn't move. So now, after doing that, the next thing you do is on your underarm here, from here to here, you go in by 1.5 inch, okay, to create another panel line. Note the panel line we have on that style is 3. So I'm trying to create the third panel line. Okay, so I will rule it down and then take my pencil to mark it. This is my center front, this is 1, this is the number 2, and that other part is 3, which is the side front. So I will take my scissors and then cut it. As you can see here, we have 3 of it now. Okay, so now the next thing you do is you place on your fabric and your lining and then you cut. Note, once you cut, you add your hair stay, okay, or cloth gum, whichever one you want. You can even use soft wording. Okay, so guys, if you made it to this far of the video, it means you find this video interesting. Please guys, remember to give me a thumbs up and also like and share, okay, and subscribe to my channel if you've not done so, so that when I post a new video you'll get an update. Okay, so let's continue guys. So this part here, I will pin it and then I will be sewing 0.7, not up to 1 inch. Okay, then I'll take it to my machine and then I will sew it. Okay, so after sewing it, this is how it comes out. As you can see, you sew both your fabric and your lining same way you sew each and every one of them. It's the same thing you sew. Okay, so guys, after doing that, I will take my boning. Okay, this particular boning work for me. You can either use this one is the sewable one or the other one. Okay, so for the sake of this class, we'll be using this boning. So you place the boning on the middle here. Note, you you leave your sewing allowance. Okay, so once you sew on it, note it's sewable. After sewing, this is how it comes out. Okay, you can see how neat. This is the back. This is my lining. Note, your boning, you will sew it on your lining, not on the fabric. Okay, so after sewing it, this is how it is. So this is the fabric, and this other one here is my lining. So I will join both together and then I will sew on it. Okay, so after sewing, this is how it is. Okay, so the other sewing I will do it backstage, but this is the most important part. You can see this is the back, this is the front, and if you don't look at it very well, you won't even know where is front and where is back. Okay, so I will place it on the miniature so you see how it is. I'll place it on the, you can see I place it on the down part and then sew on top of it. But before we sew, I will pin it first and then come down by 1.5 on this middle here and then 0 on the other side. Then I'll cut it off to give me that shape I want. So after doing that, I will fold it in neatly and then I will run my stitches on it. I'll place it on my machine and then so you can see it has a slit in front. If you don't want, you can decide to close the stitch. So guys, here is the final look. Let me know if this video is helpful. Thank you guys. Bye.